Welcome to the biggest art collab on YouTube. This is a collaborative art project from different YouTubers from all over the world. And this video is my participation to the collab. Enjoy. By the off chance you have no idea what I'm talking about, this thing travels from artist to artist to artist. The way it works is the following. You basically paint a picture and then you send it over to another artist, who then also paints a picture and also send it over to another artist, and so on and so on and so on. There's only one rule, and that's that you send it over to an artist who has less YouTube subscribers than you. There are already a whole bunch of artists who added to this piece, and if you're interested in who added what, you will find links in the description of this video to all the other artists and their corresponding YouTube video. So apparently Bill from Bill Making Stuff thought it would be a good idea to send the panel over to moi. And who am I? Well, my name is Bam, I'm from Belgium, and my YouTube channel is called Bamsway. It's also the name I use as an artist, and I basically create doodle art. So that goes from ink drawings to paintings, murals. I also dip my toe into some sculpting as well. So that's in a nutshell who I am and what I do. No, you might have noticed something, but yeah, my work is black and white. So that's immediately the one thing I am worried about the most. How will this blend in with all the colorful existing pieces? I'm not sure yet. I have to think about it. Well, it took me a few days to figure out an approach for this art collab, but eventually I came up with something I was genuinely excited about. So, it's time to grab the bull by the horns and start preparing. This is much more intimidating than I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you my addition to YouTube's biggest art collab. Allow me to explain my concept. This image here resembles my inspiration for my part in this YouTube art collab. I'm thinking of painting some sort of a frame on the canvas, because this idea seems the most ideal way to incorporate my black and white doodle style. Because one, the black and white won't interfere with the colorful existing pieces, and two, my doodles can perfectly emulate all those tiny little curly things you see on an old frame. This makes me excited. Also, in these sections, I'm planning on adding a little bit more than just doodles. So, let's start working on an epic design. So I want to go for a design that isn't exactly symmetrical. However, the left and right side of the arch need to work in such harmony that it almost seems like the image has symmetry. Making the sketch took me a few days, but I couldn't be more happy with how it turned out. So I just hopped behind my computer here and opened Photoshop because I want to get a feel on how the finished piece might look. And luckily it's not too bad. I do have a few points that might concern me. One of them being that the bird and the snake are a little bit close together, but I think it's gonna be just okay. And then also, my frame will overlap a little bit with the existing pieces. But if I remember correctly, there is a letter from 1000 itself. If you need to cut into, overlap or intersect my art, please feel free. So I hope the other artists will also be fine with this. So here we go, the most creative endeavors are behind us, and it all led up to this particular moment. It is time to start working on the canvas itself. Okay, let's not mess this up. Here we go. First of all, I decided to start working on the upper part of the artwork. So I'm painting the basic art shape white. This way I have a solid base where I can easily paint everything else on top. So the white of course isn't covering all that good, which was to be expected. That makes it time for, you guessed it, spray paint. That's definitely gonna be much better. And with that being done, it was time for the real deal. Just to put things into perspective, I worked more than 10 days on this small painting with an average of 5 hours of painting a day. So my sincere apologies that you had to wait so long for this video, but that's also why I decided to only stick with the middle panel and not paint 2 more borders on the side panels. I'm a little bit sad about it because I think these side panels are such a brilliant addition to the collab, but on the contrary, my part is already very present, maybe a little too present, I don't know, so maybe it's a good thing that these side panels are going to be a job for somebody else. This section here is about 13 hours of work. This is gonna take a while. I got to say, the more I worked on the painting, the more I really started to love it. And not just my part, but the entire thing. The middle panel is really filling up now. However, there's still a lot of space left in between the current elements. I'm referring to all that blue stuff on the canvas. And also, I hope one of the next artists will take care of a background, because a background can really create that vital depth in the piece, which I think is gonna be necessary as the current state of the artwork is maybe a little bit flat. But whoever is up for that task will have to paint in between my curly doodles, and that will make that job a bit harder. But I trust the painting skills of whoever is coming next. So, with those words, we're gonna end on a little cliffhanger before I show you the final piece in all its glory, because it's time to choose the next artist. I made it. A little bit sad it's over, but I'm mostly very proud of what I've created. Here's the thing, having the restrictions of making your art fit with all the existing pieces, it leads to something you would otherwise have never painted. So thank you, Bill, for taking me on this biggest YouTube art collab journey. It's been a blessing. But enough sentimental talk. I think it's time for the question you've all been waiting for. Who's gonna be next in the biggest YouTube art collab? It's gonna be a little bit unusual, something that never happened before in the series. We're gonna cross a language barrier. That's right, I'm gonna send over the panel to France and to a French-speaking channel. Obviously, gonna be subtitles. I'm sending the panel over to this fellow artist. We don't really know each other, but in the past, before the art collab, we briefly chatted on Instagram. I know he has a lot in store, he has a lot of potential, so I am very curious what he's gonna be doing next, so make sure to subscribe to his channel. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to show you the finished artwork. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you keep following my art journey. So if you could subscribe, that would truly mean a lot. But anyway, enjoy the end result and take care.